Hi guys, good evening. Welcome to the Medium Garuda show on A1R Psychic Radio. So, I've been away for a while, but I'm ready to rock and roll again for some nice live psychic readings. Normally, we should have two readings this evening, so I hope I will have a reading very quickly because I didn't prepare anything. So, you see me talking right now, and I don't have any piece of paper in front of me. I'm really excited and I really want to talk a little bit also about something that can give you some strength for especially people who are waiting for their specific love in their life. How would you deal with that? Would you put your life on hold or would you move on or are you pulling trying to pull the person to you? What are your intentions? What is the best way to act in your personal life? Well, many people are in a situation they feel alone, like they are waiting for that specific someone entering their life, or they are waiting for that specific person which is still a little bit in the past. And once they want to share their complete life with and grow old with. Well, how are you going to deal with such a situation? Because it's difficult to keep faith in the fact that this person will be with you in a certain time frame. Well, the best thing you can do is move on with your own life. Don't wait for this person. And why don't wait? Because when you wait for somebody, it takes a lot of time. Because if you wait, you are aware of the time which is moving and moving. So you're counting the seconds, so to speak. So the best way for yourself is just move on with your life. Try to invest in your career. Try to invest into yourself. Just give a little bit of attention to that person when he's asking for that, or she, of course, because it can be a he or a she. It depends on the situation. If it is a person like a person in the past, and the communication is a little bit difficult, try to be yourself. Try to be relaxed in that situation. Try to not push your limits. So if you pay not too much attention to that situation, to that person will be a little bit curious. And that person will communicate with you because this person is curious if you are going to move on with your life with another person. So he's afraid of losing you. So if you have created such a point of view, that's bingo, because in such a situation, you create that this person will be pulling at your side. So he will try to, he or she, of course, to make himself clear to you in your situation that you can move on with your life with that person and grow old with this person. So, but it is always difficult. If there's somebody you are focusing on, you are afraid of losing this connection, but try to have self-confidence and try to have faith in yourself. You are not alone. You are always with a lot of people, a lot of energies also on the other side. And that person, who are you waiting for? If that person will be in your life, you are not alone. So create your own happiness by moving on with your life. And by moving on with your own life, you will force your environment by focusing on you. So they will move on with you. So you're not alone anymore. And I already see I am also not alone this evening because we already have a caller. It's a quick one. It's Kate from Waco, Texas. Good evening, Kate.
Yes.
Are you still there?
Yes, I'm still here.
Okay, super. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, and I understand everything that you said to me because I think the more you search for something, the further you get from it.
That's it. Yeah, because if you pull too tight to some situations, you push them away from yourself.
Yes,
So, and
I fully understand.
Yeah, because I feel you are struggling with something because I get the tears in my eyes. So that means to me you are a little bit stuck in some kind of situation.
Yes, I just recently started living on my own for like the first time in my life, and I've been divorced almost 5 years. And so
Yeah.
I feel like this is a huge new chapter in my life, and what I thought was missing was love, when really I need to be loving myself.
That's it, because you feel quite alone. That's what I already told a little bit earlier. Feeling alone is difficult to move on with your life because there is no stimulation, there is no motivation to move on because there's nothing to live for, so to speak. But you have chosen for yourself because I feel there was a lot of communication in your past, and the person you were being married with, I feel, because there is still communication inside yourself which may come out, but I don't feel it needs to come out. So your relationship definitely has come to some certain point of an end, so it will not be picked up again. You will be having a new love life, but it feels to me like your relationship is still very close to you in your past. So that means you decided to move on with your life in a very short time of period.
Yes.
So that means to me you are a little bit struggling, you are a little bit stuck, like I do have to make some choices, but do I make the right choices? Do I want to move on my own? Is there somebody on my path I can grow old with? It is very difficult. I see a person on your path, so that's no, you don't have to worry about that, because it's a male person I see on your path. And it's a male person, and it will come into your life in some kind of combination with your career and your private life. Are you self-employed, or are you having much responsibilities on your job?
I work for doctors' offices doing authorization, so I do have a lot on my plate there.
Yes. So, like your career, you have a because your energy is moving around very rapidly, and you are a little bit of a nervous energy. So that means to me, yeah, nervous, not nervous, but restless. So it means to me, your career is quite busy, and it's a demanding career you are having.
Yeah.
So I also feel the sadness still inside yourself. It's the sadness from your past. It's like you lost somebody. It is some kind of, it's not only the person you've lost, but it is also a piece of your life, which is in your past right now, which is difficult to accept because you need to move on. You know for yourself you will be moving on, because I see you already made certain choices in your recent past. So that's perfect to me. So you already have crossed the crossroad. You are on the other side of the crossroad.
My mom passed away. That's probably exactly who that is.
Yeah, it's still it's also a little bit of the sadness I feel at your side. It's something which has recently happened in your past. Because your mother feels like a kind of a fresh energy. She is also way too young to pass away.
Yes, she was 44.
Yeah, but it feels to me like it happened yesterday.
Yes, it definitely, she passed away 3 months before I got married. I'm 33 today, and so she would have been like 55, I think, this year. And she passed away whenever I was starting a new chapter in my life with my husband, and now I'm starting this chapter on my own and truly growing into myself since I lost her, because I battled depression really bad.
Well, don't feel bad, because it's easy to say, of course, from my side, but what I want to say is you are used to communicate with your mother, like from mouth to mouth, and you are used to the fact that she is physically connected with you. Right now, it feels to me like she is connected with you in some kind of other way, because your mother, she's giving me some, she's touching me with her hand on top of my head. So she's definitely with us. She's taking care of you. She wants to tell me that she's taking care of you right now, um, because she is comforting you. It feels to me like she's very close connection to you, and the close connection I feel with your side from your mother. Yeah, that means to me like it feels to me like it just is happened a month or a few months ago. So strong is that loss still in your appearance. That's also the fact that because I just told you a few minutes ago that it's not completely your husband who are you missing, but it is the situation. Because you started this situation with the energy of your mother, so to speak. And the energy of your mother was in that relationship. So ending that relationship is also a kind of the feeling you've had about ending a connection with your mother. Because your mother was in that appearance. Your mother was there when you started your relationship, when you started to make some choices. But your mother is now on the other side because your mother feels to me like she was sick.
Yeah, she was very sick.
Yeah, because I get a lot of, I want to throw up. I'm sorry for those words, but your mother makes me a little bit of sick. So that means that's the way she passed away. She was very sick. She was very young because her body wasn't ready to move yet. Her mind still her mind is still here. That's why her appearance still very, she's really being with you very strongly. And that's because she is very young and she needs to be with you to help you grow up a little bit more, to help you step further. And why is that? It is because you are very spiritual, you are very sensitive. And it is very difficult for you to handle these strong emotions.
That's so true.
Your mother tells me that, and that's really a very beautiful message because she is, she's comforting me on my head. So that means I need to pass that information to you. She is there for you. And she's also telling me that you are on the right direction right now. So you are making some moves right now in some certain direction. You are not going to choose for your old life because that's really in your past. So that really has ended. But you are ready to move on with something new. And your mother is there with you. So that means when you started your relationship with your ex-husband, she was there with you. And now you are changing your life, you are changing your career path because there are some changes on your path. Your mother is still there with you.
Okay.
So she's really comforting you. She's a little bit of guiding you, but there is another energy. It's a kind of a young energy. Did you lost somebody who was really very young? Like, did you have an abortion or a miscarriage?
I didn't have an abortion. Actually, that my ex-husband and I, when we first got together, he was playing professional baseball, and we were like 22, I believe, and just so young, and we made that choice. And that does bother me because my son that I had with my husband, he would have had an older brother or sister, and my first child was born on 11/1/11 at 9/11.
Yes.
So my children are definitely very strong beings.
It's a very it's a meaningful date. What I feel, it's just your mother shows me. That's really beautiful what your mother shows me because your mother is telling me right now that the situation is very beautiful. You have a child now on your own right now with you, your son, but there is another son with your mother. Because I really feel that energy on the other side. So there is a little boy on the other side. So your son would have a brother because it is a boy energy. It's a male energy. This energy is really on its place right now. So that means to me, this energy will not come back to Earth. This energy will be there with you until you also will move to the other side. So this is very beautiful because your mother and that little brother of your son, so your son, they are in good, he is in good hands. So it feels to me like you are guided in your practical life right now here on earth by your son, and there is a son on the other side who is guiding you, but then in another way, because he is with you, but he is very close to your mother. I don't see that very often, but your mother and your son on the other side, they are behind you both. Normally, I should say, when you will be guided by somebody on the other side, somebody is at your shoulder or at some other point of view, but these two energies are really behind you, next to each other, so they are on the same line, and that means they approve your choices, what you've made right now. So you may proceed, you may move on with your life, make your choices, because there are some choices in your future. I see some career choices, I see some choices on your living environment. So that means in some kind of a near future, you will have to make some certain choices to create a different path for yourself. But the way you move right now, it's perfect. So move on. You will notice you will meet a person in your private life. So you will meet your love life, a permanent love. So not something temporary, but this is the person you grow old with. Black hair. It feels like an energy like 40 years old, some kind of such an age. It's a very mature energy. He's self-employed. He is a business type of man. So he feels to me a little bit like a Latino, but it will be a mixture of Western European and Latino. So it is a very beautiful energy, very sensitive. So this will be a person you grow old with. And I think it will be in some kind of a time frame between now and the 2 years. It depends on your movement on your path.
Okay. That makes perfect sense.
So I hope you...
I wanted to ask you too, here recently, I really have had a strong spiritual awakening in myself again, and I've had several of them in my life. But this one feels so much more different. I feel like there's something I need to know, but I don't know what it could be.
I know you will be having some information inside. It will be also in that 2 years, because those 2 years are there for you to grow into your new path. And grow into your new path, that means you will grow into your spirituality.
Okay.
But I have to move on to our next caller, because otherwise she has less time.
Yes, thank you so much. I greatly appreciate it, and God bless.
Thank you very much. God bless you too, and have a great evening. So we have Mary from Cleveland, Ohio. Good evening, Mary.
Hi, good evening. How are you?
I'm very fine, thank you. How are you?
I am well, thank you.
Super. Do you have a question for me, or would you like to have me look generally at you? What would you like to wish?
I would like to ask you a question. It is about my job. I was very, very happy, and I loved what I did, or what I do. But lately, it has been a struggle. So I'm feeling that I need to leave, but I am unsure of what path I want to take.
Yes, let's see what I get through for you, because I don't feel really the struggle. So it means to me the resistance is not that big, and that means to me you already made some choices. So the resistance has been in your past, but I feel some sadness at your side, because to me it feels like you failed in this situation. It's the way you look at this situation. But I think this is the perfect point for you to move on to some other point in your life. Because this is the right moment for you to make a career switch. To me, it feels
Okay.
because what I feel about you is you are very sensitive. You are a little bit insecure, uncertain. You are a very practical person. That's really good because you can handle the earthly practical things very perfectly here. You are very structured, so you are very good in multitasking, so to speak. So that's perfect. What I feel, are you also guiding people or helping people in some kind of way? Because I feel I am blocking right now because there is something inside you which is not coming out right now.
I'm not. I mean, where I'm at right now, I mean, I do help people, but
Yeah.
I just don't know which way to go and what to do next.
Yeah, because you take care of people in some kind of way?
Yes.
Yeah, because that's what I feel, and you help people by taking care of them. So you are very good at what you are doing. So it's not a problem that the job is not good for you, but it is. It feels to me like the company where you are working. It feels to me like an old structure. So it feels to me like it's not comfortable for you. Your energy doesn't fit in anymore. You grew
Okay.
further, and that company just is standing still, in my opinion. So it's not growing with you. You need to move on because you grew into your job, but you have more experience right now, and that experience may need to come out more. I also see a better monthly income, so your paycheck will be much better in the near future. I also see some resume on your site. Are you working on your resume? Because my guides show me your resume.
No, I keep putting it off. I keep procrastinating on it.
So you are working with your resume, but you are not working on your resume because I see that piece of paper in front of me. I also get the communication on your resume, so that means in some kind of time frame there will be a communication about your resume. So that means your resume will be successful in the near future. So it will bring you to some other point. What I feel about your career, are you planning to be also self-employed?
I would like to be. I would like to do something so I could set my own hours and be more with my children.
Because I feel the reason I ask that is because I see the self-employment at your side. I see you will grow into that, so that means there are some finances which is necessary. Those finances will be there because of a job, because I still see another job on your side, but it looks to me like this job will be a part-time job. This job will also will be some kind of additional thing next to your self-employment. So you will be self-employed in the near future. That will be starting in the next year, I guess, because I think you will be need to focusing yourself on a new job right now. Then you will be self-employed, then you will starting up your own business, so to speak. So your own business will be also helping and guiding people, because you can guide people very correctly. You have a very bright and beautiful energy. You are already helping people right now. You are taking care of people, but people are very fond of you because of the way you do your job. So you have a good connection with people, and your connection with people will be more improved. So, and that improvement on your connection with other people will be there because of your self-employment. I think you need to modify your resume, because I see your resume, it's a piece of paper which looks to me a little bit, I don't mean that negative, but it looks a little bit old-fashioned to me. So that means to me like you didn't put too much energy in your resume right now. Just make it a really structured resume. A little picture of yourself in the corner, your personal information, your work experience, and your education and your interest, your personal interest. If you modify that, you will notice you will get more interest from outside. So I feel a positive influence from outside, and then I see the communication for you for a new job.
Can I ask you, will that new job be in the same area that I'm doing, or am I going to go into a completely new career?
No, your new career will be your self-employment, but you will be doing the same thing because it takes less energy from yourself, so you can put that energy into your self-employment.
Okay.
Because you are very good at what you are doing, and you need to proceed that to have a very easy monthly income, and you can start and create your self-employment.
Okay. That sounds great.
So,
thank
but
you.
I need to say goodbye to you, otherwise we will be cut off.
All right. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much for calling in, Mary.
All right. You take care.
Thank you. You too, and God bless you. Have a great evening.
Thanks. You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. And thank you all my listeners for listening to the Medium Garuda Show. And we will be back and rocking next week with a new Medium Garuda Show. Bye-bye.